why stop your boundaries? Why stop at average? Make a statement in this world. People come up with the excuses of, I'm too tired, or I'm feeling sad, or even, I can't be bothered. Go out and get what you're worth. You are worth the world. You are part of this world. You can achieve greatness. When you get inspired, realize that person is made up of the same whatever it is as you. And the only difference is that person is the one who has fought just that little harder. If we were all only made up of atoms, then why don't you become the bigger energy, the stronger energy, the superior one?
Every time I get on the stage, I'm thinking to myself, E.T., when you get up, you're only as great as your last word. For some of you, when you do what you do, you act as if you have another opportunity. I'm wired differently. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity, I have to reprove myself again. Every opportunity, I'm still nervous. E.T., you've been doing this for years. Why are you so nervous? Because the day you become content is the day you stop evaluating yourself. The day you stop growing. The day you stop getting better is the day you die. Is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you. You need to say to yourself, my fear is no longer going to stop me. I will die trying. I will not be stopped before I try. That will not be my reality anymore. I will not allow myself to fail when I'm not even put forth effort. I will die trying.
I want this dream, if it's convenient, if I don't have any hassle, if everything's all together, if I don't have any opposition, if nobody works against me, if nobody tells me no, I'd like to have that dream. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not that kind of party. Say it's possible. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let circumstances turn you around. Don't let hard times turn you around. Whatever you're experiencing, you know that this too shall pass. That you have the capacity and the ability to make it happen. Why? You got a sense of entitlement. I'm blessed and highly favored. I deserve this, and whatever I have to do in order to make it happen, I'm willing to step up and to face life and grab it in a collar and say, give it up, because it's mine.
If you want something, you can get it. It only takes will. When you want something as much as you want to breathe, you will overcome the pain. And you will achieve greatness.
It's not a demon hiding under the bed, or a dragon flying up in the air, or a thief robbing your wife, stuff, or fortune. The greatest enemy you will ever encounter and have to overcome is your very own brain. It's all the negative talk you do every day to yourself. See, every word spoken, every thought in your mind, every just attitude of being negative affects your very own body, affects your very own decision making, and affects your very own brain. And it's proven that negative thoughts shift your brain in a way that it's not capable to learn anymore, that is not capable to think clearly. So holding up negative self-talk, anger, hate, fear, depression, anxiety, all these negative feelings will destroy you biologically. So raise your guard. There are always two knights within yourself fighting for your body, for your mind. You have to choose to feed the Black Knight, wanting you to stay where you are, not leaving your comfort zone, not raising above average, because you could be hit by something. Or you choose to be the White Knight, with his shiny armor and his attitude to move toward the goal and push everyone around them with it. You have to choose to feed your fears, negative self-talk, or to feed your hope and faith. It's a decision we all have to make. And if you're not careful, the Black Knight will win. The Black Knight is clever and hides, so you can't see it directly. He whispers in the ear and counts on your weakness. The White Knight can only win if you support him. The White Knight can only lead you to your own greatness, to your dreams, success, everything you've ever wanted. If you realize you have to fight alongside the White Knight to defeat every black thought, every black word, every black attitude you have accumulated over the years. Every negative thought affects your own body and lets the Black Knight grow bigger. So choose to be the White Knight. Choose to be the hero of your own life. And choose to be the person who fights for everything he stands for.
Do the thing you're afraid to do. Do it. It's not about feeling confident about going into the situation. It's not about knowing that it's going to work out. It's not about having the most detailed plan for how this thing will happen. It's about doing it. Courage. Courage is what you will experience and what you will grow when the doubt is there, but you do it anyway. So your problem isn't doubt. Your problem is courage. Doubt is going to be there, but doubt gets out of the way when you express courage, right? Doubt is like it's burned off by courage. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do the thing and you will have the power. We're waiting for the power. We're waiting not to self-doubt any longer, right? Whatever it is that you're deciding that you want to do with yourself, that you're doubting your ability on, just do it. Fuck it up completely. That's another thing that you've got to get through your mind, is that success is not doing the right thing, and it definitely isn't doing the right thing the first time. Success is having the courage to move in the direction of your dreams, move in the direction that your heart is taking you. That is what success is, as you are progressively realizing that thing. People think success is, I've got a plan and I go and work out that plan. It never, ever works that way. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. But progressive realization means that you're doing things that you don't know how to do. You're stepping out in faith. You're being courageous. Your self-doubt will step out of the way when you build the balls to do the thing. I'm not coach right now. I'm your conscience. You're in a fight between will and skill. I say will first because that's where you are. You locked and loaded with skill. You practicing every day. You putting in your work. You buying everything. You making the investment. You living your dream. You walking like your dream. You're surrounding yourself around your dream. You got mentors, everything. You putting your work in. You got your skill. Now it's a test of your will. It's a mindset thing you in right now. It's a mindset thing because your challenge ain't moving. Your mountain is not moving. You don't feel like you're making any progress. You're not physically moving when you see everything else around you and other people around you moving. You're not making progress. You're in a test of your will right now because life says it has a little more test for you. It's no different because we've messed up, because you fell off the wagon, you've been on alcohol and drugs, and you gave up on life, or you dropped out, or you've been to jail 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you really want your dream to happen, and you're putting in your work, and nothing's happening yet.
Every transformation always gets worse before it gets better. It's supposed to be that way. When you embark this journey, you must know that it's going to go down before it comes up. But when it comes up, it's going to go so much higher than you've ever been.
The action of making
progress is progress. The push itself, the fight, you get up and swing and miss, that's progress. You get up and you run at what you want with everything you got and you miss, that's progress. The effort of making the attempt is progress. It must happen. It can't do anything but move. You can do anything but make progress. You pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're doing everything right. You're tired, you're exhausted, and ain't nothing happening yet. That word is what you're waiting for. Yet. Because I promise you, if you keep pushing, if you keep giving me all your effort, it will happen.
You have to be equipped mentally to endure this process. Knowing what you're about to go into is step one. Knowing it's an uphill battle, but a winnable one and one that's achievable. And at the end of this race, guys, you're gonna be more capable. The first step, guys, is knowing it's a tough road.
As soon as you decide to stop looking for answers in other people and miracles somewhere down the yellow brick road and click the heal of your mind and set your affections on things that are above, you could have been free years ago. All jealousy, all pettiness, all unforgiveness, all strife, all malice, all confusion, all blaming other people for your mistake. You got till midnight to get rid of every poison that's hindering you, every inflexibility that's stopping you from what God is about to pour into your life. Woe be unto you if you go into another year and waste another year with the old mentality while somebody's in the hospital begging God for the opportunity that you have right now. You better step into this moment.
Leadership is not a rank. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is a decision. Leadership is a choice. If you decide to look after the person to the left of you and look after the person to the right of you, you have become a leader. You've seen the movie 300, right? The Spartans, the greatest fighting force of all time. You want to know one of the things that made the Spartans great? It was their shields. They stood shield to shield, and the phalanx was strong because those shields were big. And they were told when they were young children, you either bring your shield home or you come home on your shield. Because if you lost your shield, that means you cannot protect the person to the left of you and the person to the right of you, and you have destroyed the phalanx. It's the shield that matters, not the spear. It's your willingness to sacrifice for someone, to hold that shield up so that they feel safe, that makes you a leader.
The world is like it's just a ride.
As a student of life, I believe intelligence manifests itself not through expression or formality, but through observation and genuine curiosity. Observing nature is always an awe-inspiring spiritual experience for me. I could sit and watch waves crash for hours. The ocean in particular reminds me how incredibly fascinating our planet is and how little we know, despite what we think we know. There's nothing more humbling than being face to face with something so much bigger than yourself. But I often wonder why nature inspires us, why we're in awe of certain scenery, and why we find these landscapes, oceans, and stars so breathtaking. We haven't done anything to earn this awe, so why do we feel it? It is this very question that leads me to believe our most inspired state, then, is not one of accomplishment, but of humility. I think we naturally fall in love with places that prove how small we are, places that humble us with reminders that we have so much more to learn, so much more to grow, that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. Our significance lies in such potential, in that quiet recognition of the stardust in our bones and the oceans in our minds, knowing that a new sunrise paints our skies every day of our lives. And by virtue of just being, by existing, nature gives us a free front row seat It's like we've won the evolutionary lottery. That's why I find it perplexing that we live such misdirected, consumed lives. We could quite literally not exist at all. We could be nothing. We could be incapable of perceiving any of this. All of us are always just one unexpected phone call, one diagnosis, one broken heart, one newfound love, and one moment away from being completely different people with completely different priorities. Indeed, how frail we are, and yet how blessed we are. You see, those seemingly insignificant moments spent with nature remind you of what's important. They remind you that all we really have is our consciousness and each other. After all, what is life without either? I would say then that it matters little what we've achieved if those achievements are not also in service of others. The sense of purpose we feel when we give far outweighs what is derived from any achievement. And unlike a trophy which fades into darkness, giving has a glory that lasts a lifetime.
I get just choked up just thinking about how terrifying it was. And so I found myself at the age of 41, just feeling like a complete failure. And I would lie there. And I would think about the lien on the house, and I would think about the bankruptcy that we were facing. And I would think about how much we had fought the night before. And I would think about the fact that I was unemployed. And I would hit the snooze button. I mean, why would you get up when your life is like that? Why would you? In the scheme of life, hitting the snooze button is not that big of a deal. But here's the thing about life. None of us wake up and say, today is the day I destroy my life. What we do is we kind of check out because it feels overwhelming. Or we check out because we're afraid. Or we check out because we start listening to self-doubt. And then we make these teeny tiny decisions all day long. We don't even realize it. A decision to not get up on time, a decision to not eat the right thing, a decision to snap at your kids, a decision to not speak in a meeting, a decision to not look for a job, a decision to not deal with your finances, a decision to not call your parents, whatever it is. All day long, these tiny decisions that take you so far off track. And then you wake up like I did, and you look at your life and you think, how the hell did I get here? And I was about to turn off the TV, and there on the TV, there was this rocket launching, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is it! I am going to launch myself out of bed like a rocket ship, like NASA, right here, had launched me out of that bed. And I'm going to move so fast that I don't think. I'm going to beat my brain. The next morning, the alarm goes off, and I pretended NASA was there. It's the stupidest story. I literally went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I counted out loud, and then I stood up. And I'll never forget standing there in my bedroom. It was dark, it was cold, it was winter in Boston. And for the first time in 3 months, I had beaten my habit of hitting the snooze button. I couldn't believe it, and I thought, wait a minute. Counting backwards? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Well, the next morning I used it again, and it worked. The next morning I used it again, and it worked. The next morning I used it again, and it worked. And then I started to notice something really interesting. You have about a 5-second window in which you can move from idea to action before your brain kicks into full gear and sabotages any change in behavior. Because remember, your brain is wired to stop you from doing things that are uncomfortable or uncertain or scary. It's your job to learn how to move from those ideas that could change everything into acting on them in the smallest moment. Because I went from getting up on time and waking up on time to shaking up my entire life. Because when you understand the power of a 5-second decision, and you understand that you always have a choice to go from autopilot to decision maker, everything in your life will change. You will be a different negotiator, you will be different in sales, you will be unstoppable in the gym, because you will realize the amount of garbage that you put in the way of your hopes, of your dreams, of your potential, of your confidence, of your courage. Everything comes down to the decisions that you make. We all know what to do. None of us know how to make ourselves do it. So the single most profound use of the 5-second rule is mind control. You can actually use one stupid little trick to push yourself to grab it. I wanted to change my life. And I think most people that are miserable or that are really dying to be great and dying to have more, we want to change. We want to live a better life. We want to create more for our families. We want to be happier. The desire is there. It's your job to push yourself. Agreed. There are tricks that you can use that actually outsmart the tricks your brain plays on you. You can outsmart your own brain.
Do you remember why you want to become the princess, the firefighter, or the superhero? Remember the time when your thoughts weren't filled with negative emotions and concerns about money, time, or what people think about you. Remember the time when you were truly free. Go back in this state of mind. Think back how you felt as a child, where nothing more happened than living in the moment and being absolutely sure that your dreams will come true. And also remember the day when you decided it's worthless. That you're no longer a child, that you're an adult now, and dreams aren't there to be fulfilled. When you decided that money is more important than freedom. When you decided that reaching your goal or getting a promotion is more important than being honest or having friendships. When you hold back your world just to be safe and not be judged by other people. See, dreams are not just a concept to make you feel better and give you a sense of hope. Dreams are there to be fulfilled, so protect them, fight for them, and reach them. Remember your dreams. Go after them. Do everything you can to follow them, and most importantly, never ever forget them.